This podcast may contain questionable language, will contain spoilers, and is on a banana ban.
Hello everybody and welcome to episode 238 of MovieDrone. I'm asleep by 6 p.m. literally every night, Steve.
I'm officially negative, Mark. It doesn't correlate with your one, but it's a celebration, isn't it?
You should have recorded you gagging while you done the test.
It's not pretty, mate. I can't even brush my teeth without gagging.
You should have recorded yourself. It would have been great.
If you want to know the truth, there was snot coming out my nose and everything. There was a stringer.
Lovely. So yeah, we're lucky that. Well, I'll say we're lucky. But we nearly didn't do it because if you'd had coronavirus, we probably would have had to have put it off.
Yeah, but I'm negative.
But you're negative.
I'm just a bit poorly sick then.
Yeah, I suppose you are negative most of the time, but you are officially negative.
Yeah.
Well done.
That's good, isn't it?
Yeah. How have you been?
I've been all right, mate. The butler didn't do it.
Did you not?
No, it wasn't a butler. It was a director.
Oh. Did you dress up?
No.
No,
Just about got there, mate. Got there, grabbed a quick drink, and it was time to go in. Bit weird it was. Bit weird. Spent about an hour and 45 minutes trying to solve a murder that turns out it weren't a murder, it was an accident, and the murder we were solving happened in the last 10 minutes.
Oh, well, shit.
And it could have been any of them. Any of them had motive, and it was just whoever they made up on the night, really.
So shit.
It was rough around the edges, shall we say, mate.
Did you have to do it with other people?
Yeah.
That's my worst nightmare. That's my fucking worst nightmare. That.
Well, we had a weird mix of people. We had two Cockney women, older Cockney women, who was out for a proper old laugh. We had a couple who looked like they were parents and were trying to escape for the night and just wanted to sleep. We had two army people. One was an officer, one was an army psychologist.
Really?
And then an old couple. I assume they were still there at the end.
And then fucking you.
And then me.
And then you and your lovely missus.
Yeah,
and you turned up and ruined the night.
It was all right, mate, but we went out after into Brighton. Never been to Brighton before. Went out into Brighton town. Stood waiting for 20 minutes for a drink.
Would you say you've never been to Brighton?
Never been to Brighton.
Have you not?
No, first time at Brighton. Stood in this really loud bar waiting for a drink. Finally got a drink. Decided I wasn't sitting inside because it was too loud. Went outside, got halfway through and went, can we go back to the hotel now? And she was like, I thought you'd never ask. So we're too old for that shit now, mate. We don't do any of that.
I can't believe you went all the way to Brighton just for a shitty
murder.
It's
not all the way, is it? It's just like an hour and a half.
Still a little way, isn't it?
Not a huge
It's a shit journey, though. There's no motorways and that. It's a shit journey.
It was all right. Well, I've crossed 25. It was fine, mate. No issues whatsoever. Woke up in the morning, had a bit of a lay-in, went on the mooch for a calf. Can't find a calf in Brighton. Couldn't find a calf, mate.
There's loads of calves. It's a fucking stag and M weekend place. There's
Could
loads
not
of calves.
find a calf, mate. I tell you, down all these streets, and then as we walked back to get the car, I went, literally next to the hotel, an American bar and diner thing. I went, I bet they do a breakfast. Walked over, breakfast look amazing, mate. Still serving breakfast? No, we stop at 11:45. Guess what the time was, mate? 11:45. Drove all the way back to Sydney.
Why are you trying to get a breakfast at lunchtime anyway? Get the fuck up. Get up.
We'd gone over the pier by that point. I'd had to wander. I'd never been on the pier, so I had to wander around the pier. Little mooch around there, up through the streets.
You're just doing it the wrong way around, didn't you?
Well,
go for
clearly.
breakfast, then go to the pier.
Came back and had an Old Street breakfast, though, so it weren't all bad. Had a game of Dungeons and Dragons last night.
Warhammer.
Yeah,
Warhammer.
Dungeons and Dragons. Kids started losing interest about half hour in, so I wrapped the story up pretty quick, but they seemed to enjoy themselves.
Did they?
I was the dungeon master making up the rules. It was fun.
You got the little figures?
You don't use figures.
Don't you? No, is that Warhammer then?
I think you're thinking of Warhammer. You just use dice, and that decides.
And your imagination.
You can just make shit up. It's great.
Good for me, mate.
Great it was.
I need the visual thing. I need the little figures.
Yeah, you wouldn't be a good dungeon master. That would be me, mate. Don't worry about it. Got my project sorted. That's good, isn't it? So we got photo period growth in allium species. So So if anyone's got any questions about that, I'm not going to do a Steve. I'm happy to answer them. I'm not going to get all upset about it. You know, happy to discuss it. Not going to put anyone on a ban. But it's exciting. I'm getting all my project plan sorted. Start taking some data in about April. It's going to be fun, isn't it?
All right.
Designed it all. Fun.
Right, everyone can wake up. There you go.
Right.
In case anyone's falling
Well, actually,
asleep.
don't wake up yet, because Steve, how's your week been?
It's not been much different, actually. Yeah, a Groundhog Day recently, wasn't it? And I've been speaking to everyone at work, and it just feels like Groundhog Day at the moment. So I ain't really doing a lot different, mate. So Etsy came through.
Yeah?
Yeah, you got your present.
Yeah, I'm using it as a sock hider at the moment, because I know you'd take the mick out of my socks. So...
Is that what you're doing?
You've got a sock obsession.
Is that what you're doing? Hiding your feet behind that?
Yeah, my Blackberry socks.
Anyway, so you got your present. So I mean, you can open that.
I like the way you've wrapped it in Christmas paper.
Well, it's Christmas present. Yeah. I mean, she did. She said that she sent one out. Yeah. So this is apparently there's one sitting in a warehouse somewhere with the postal strikes that we had. Oh. So I don't know.
You might get a freebie turn up.
I don't really want it. No, I'm honest. It would be not much use to me. Okay. But yeah. So this is obviously still the highlight. This is obviously what I get to do. I'm asleep by 6 o'clock most nights. You know, it's all right. It's what you have to do, isn't it? Yeah. It's what you have to do.
Well, thank you very much for the Christmas present anyway, and going to the effort of wrapping it. I mean, or getting jilted.
I mean, I left it this morning. I left it on the table in the kitchen, and I hoped that it would be wrapped when I came home.
It wasn't,
and it fucking was.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh,
amazing!
Good
she is amazing. She came right through. But Tim update. I don't know. Again, have you heard from Tim?
I haven't heard from Tim this week.
Do you know what? He's probably officially now sobered up.
Do you think?
You know what I mean? Like from last year.
Or his head down in shame. One or the other.
Maybe. Yeah, thrown his... Yeah, it's funny on the face. But no, he could have officially sobered up and just realised like that he doesn't really like talking to anyone. And that's how he got through it.
People. Yeah. It was beer that helped me. And actually, I don't like people.
Yeah, good. Imagine that. Yeah. I think that must happen to some people.
I think it probably does, mate.
Over. Just waiting for Lee to get to that point now. So yeah, that's it really, mate. I'm not giving a banana update. No one really wants to know bananas.
Weirdly, mate, I think people do.
What?
But I think you've set your thing out.
No, they don't.
We're a little bit scared of asking. I had Elmo in my office this week talking about phase 3 bananas because his mate does all the bananas from the docks.
Does he?
Yeah.
Oh, what? This Chiquita? Is that where he works?
I don't know.
CNS docks, is it?
I don't know, mate.
Yeah. All right. Okay.
Yeah, so I might introduce you to a new friend soon. You never know.
Maybe I can get my stuff out of there quicker because it seems to take fucking hours, mate. But yeah, I don't know. I don't really know what update you want. They're exactly the same all the time, aren't they?
I don't know. Is there a good season for bananas? Are they grown all year round? Because obviously we have different seasons. Do you have different qualities? Are they grown slower? Are they grown quicker? Does photo period matter to them? I want to know all these things, mate.
Do you?
Yeah.
I'll get you a book or something. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because I don't really know the answers to that. I haven't been doing it that long. And what I do is a bit of a clusterfuck.
You just look at the boxes, they go and go, yep, they're yellow.
Yeah, that's it. A bit too yellow. Turn them out quicker, a bit too green. Keep on hold of them a bit longer.
Sounds good, mate.
That's about it. So, mate, after that amazing update, got any thanks?
Yes, mate. I got thanks to Right Stuff Reviews, Soundtrack Your Life, Lee, not sure if you did retweet, but I didn't delete him, Keith Noakes, Jamie Irwin, WTM, Mike and Oscar, the legend that is Ryan, Little Nick and FilmBusters.
Thank you very much to everyone for those retweets. I've got special thanks this week to Gill, Cassie, Jamie Russell, Glyn, Shaun Panda Nicolson, Emma at Movies, LJ Human, Ian McIntyre, Mr. Positivity. He didn't like the old Winnie the Pooh film.
No?
Did he?
I don't know.
Oh, you know, 1.5 stars. He said there's people turned up half hour into the film and it's only an hour and 20 long and they left before the end of it.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, didn't like that at all. Ryan, Karim Helliwell, Dave Horrocks, Ben, Paul, and I'm going to include Adam from FilmBusters because I think...
He is going to fucking hate that.
Yeah, just keep adding him to the thanks. Yeah, put him on the fucking tweets. He'll love it. He'll love it.
Perhaps I'll add him to the retweet, double tag him. Let's get it going.
Yeah, you might as well.
Yeah.
Just gets everybody that we know to tag Adam into everything that they post.
Yes.
Should we?
Yes.
Drive them insane.
I got a feeling Ben and Paul will be right up for that as well.
Yeah. Chris D. Let's do that then.
Yeah.
Promo, mate.
I'm Josh Bell.
And I'm Jason Harris, and we co-host a podcast called Awesome Movie Year.
Each season, we take a look back at an awesome year for movies, which is every year.
We deep dive into these specific years, and we pick out why they were such great years for films. We go over the biggest hits, the biggest flops, the best pictures, some personal picks, some cult classics.
Years we've covered in past seasons include 1994, 2003, 1977, and 1984, and we've got all of film history to look forward to. So check us out at awesomemovieyear.com or wherever you listen to podcasts.
There we go. That's our friends at Awesome Movie Year podcast. This week they got Brandon Cronenberg. They're doing his first film, Antiviral. Infinity Pool is his latest one. And I haven't heard a lot about it, but I really want to see it.
Yeah, you and me both. It sounds...
Mia Goth, yeah? Mia Goth from Skarsgård, yeah. You like her, didn't you?
Yeah.
So it does look good. It does look good.
Sounds like there's a pretty horrific cut around as well. Pretty graphic cut.
Nice.
So whether or not that's the one that comes out, but whether we even get it over here... You know, our boring country. Perhaps we'll get it straight to streaming or something.
Not boring at the minute, is it? There's quite a bit going on, you know?
Yeah, but
quite a bit going on.
Why show a film like that when you can fill every screen up with Ant-Man? That's
is that what it is?
Yeah, every fucking
Jill's going to see it. I've declined because I think I probably would go to sleep, and I didn't really like the last one, so I'm going to wait for it to come on to whatever.
Her and Sophie going on a Paul Rudd.
Yeah. Yeah, they are.
Shock.
Yeah, I forgot he was happening.
Yeah.
So I've never heard of Antiviral, but something maybe I can check out.
Yeah.
So please listen to our friends at Awesome Movie Year podcast. Go on then.
Welcome to the Marc reads some film lines in some similar voices, and Steve has to guess the film from the lines read to get points game. Hashtag what's that film?
Any more flashes of inspiration? No? Good.
Next week's though, mate. Fucking brilliant.
Is it?
Yeah.
So you're just saying that this week's your shit?
No, next week's is the one to look out for.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So who got what and what was it?
It was a few good men, mate.
Yeah.
But LJ said 3. He said it was a bit of a letdown. But I've got loads of scores in, mate. Loads. Because I think I built it up too much.
Yeah,
a little bit. Yeah. Emma got a 1. Karim got a 3, Dave H got a 3, Glyn got a 3, Paul got a 3, Gill got the same as Steve. I can't remember what that was.
I think it was a 2.
Okay. Jamie Russell got a 4, Adam 2 a penny, 5, Shaun 5.
Blimey.
It was a good one, that one. Loads of scores in. It was as good as it could have been, LJ. As good as it's ever going to get.
We need to get Adam back on.
Yeah.
Again. I forgot the fun that we had when Adam was on.
Yeah.
So 5, eh?
Yeah.
5. So he's back in scoring. Well done, Adam. Well done, Shaun. Again, you are the winners for last week. So there's no real winners, is there, in this?
No.
But
no.
I'd like to think I'm the biggest loser of all of it, having to do it live. But what you got for us this week?
5 points then, mate. What's that film? You can put a cat in an oven, but that don't make it a biscuit.
I'm pretty sure I do know the saying, but
I'm pretty sure you will know.
I'm never going to guess the film from that one, I'm afraid.
4 points then, mate. What's that film? Doesn't this guy look like one of those motherfuckers from the Brady Bunch? No.
Oh,
no.
Okay.
3 points then, mate. What's that film? Hey, baby, I don't mean to brag, but I'm the greatest. No. 2 points then, mate.
Has that got the word motherfucker in?
What, Rocky? I don't think so, mate.
Okay. Right.
Don't think so.
Right.
2 points. You have to imagine this in a woman's voice. I ain't going to get there tonight.
Right.
I ain't gonna go up. Sorry about that. 2 points. What's that film? See, if I'm thirsty, I don't want a glass of water. I want you to sympathize. I want you to say, Gloria, I too know what it feels like to be thirsty. I too have a dry mouth.
I do recognise it, I think.
Of course you do, mate. Of course you do.
Why are you saying it like that?
Well, you should do.
Yeah. I don't know.
No?
I don't know.
1 point, mate, then. What's that film? You see, Billy, it's like this. You have a smoke or you get smoked. And you got smoked.
I don't think I'm going to find it tonight.
Got the names. We've got Billy, we got Gloria.
Billy and Gloria.
Hey!
Get here, there we go. Hey.
It was a back of the head thingy, tippy tonguey.
Yeah. I knew it from the first one, but
Billy Hoyle hook shot.
Do you reckon that's going to be an easy one?
I don't know, mate.
I think the quotes are good, but I don't know. I don't know. I'm running on fumes at the moment, mate. Brain's not working. But there we go. That's a good film, though. Good film. I do like that one. Yeah. So if you think you know what it is, you're certainly going to score more than me. And just let us know what you think you got via DM only, please. Moving on.
Yeah.
This is Did you say that you had an Easter question in?
Emma has offered up an Easter question.
Oh. When is Easter?
End of March, isn't it?
Is it that long?
Yeah, she's not sent it over yet. But
is it? Because Gill said that she wanted to get some fucking stuff for pancakes this week.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Only like 40 days from Pancake Day.
Is it?
Isn't that the idea?
Oh, is it? What
Lent.
is? Oh,
I don't know, mate. I remember these buzzwords from school. There's like Lent and Ash Wednesday and stuff.
I just know pancakes.
Yeah.
So if Gill says Pancakes Day, I'll come home. She goes,
well, you got Shrove Tuesday, then you got Ash Wednesday, then don't they like wander into the desert or something?
So when do we do the question? Pancake Day or we do the question?
Well, it's an Easter question, so it'll be Easter time.
Oh, right. And that's
it's a pancake question. We could do that around Pancake Day, I suppose.
And that's not Pancake Day,
No.
Easter.
No.
Oh, right. Okay. I just come home and go, what's for dinner? She goes, pancakes. Oh, it's Pancake Day.
Yeah, we can have an Easter egg on it.
Yeah, fucking sweet. I'm already eating them anyway.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I've been buying them quite often.
You like Easter egg chocolate, don't you?
It's best chocolate. Best chocolate. But so people need to send us questions.
Yeah.
Not an Easter one, but a pancake one.
Paul rung me up today. He got very excited this morning. I got a message whilst I was still asleep. You awake yet? I thought, this is urgent. So on the way to work, rung him. I've got a question for the podcast, he said. Started rattling through it, and I was like, you're going to have to email that shit in, mate. So he's going to email it in.
Is it? Is it a pancake one?
No, it's not a pancake
one. Okay, might have to wait then. I think Pancake Day's next week.
Top 5 movie pancakes. Slim pickings, I reckon.
Okay, yeah, go on then. So where can people send them? Have we done that?
Yeah, they can send them via Twitter, which is @movie_drone, or via email on moviedronepodcast@hotmail.com.
Or if you Paul, we can send it to your work address, I suppose.
Yeah, no, he's got to use the official email address. Yeah,
right, okay.
Don't want that spam clogging up my folders.
So on did. Moving on.
Yeah.
This is the next section. This is the section that we love to call Question Time.
Question time. Question time. Time for the question time. Question time. Question time. Time for the question time.
There we go. All right. So someone did send a question.
They did.
Who's it from? What's it about?
It's from Marc in Sittingbourne, right? And he heard us talking last week about Blumhouse and me slagging it off. And I thought to myself, should we remind ourselves when Blumhouse did some good stuff? That was half of my reasoning for the question. The other half was this would probably be easy. Turns out it wasn't.
Well, it's relatively easy.
Yeah,
it
so
depends what list you look.
Let's remind ourselves. They did some good shit. They've done some good shit. Let's celebrate them a little bit rather than me being sitting there going, fucking no.
They've done a couple of bits that I didn't realise that they'd done. And I don't really know whether to include them or not. Okay. I'm not quite sure if they're...
Depends what list. I mean, it's difficult to try and work out what company they are, isn't it? Because I know they're a production company, but they get linked onto all sorts of shit.
Yeah.
There was some lists, and I thought, I'm not going to include them because it didn't seem very Blumhouse to me.
No. There we go. Yeah. So, what you got?
My number 5, mate, is Upgrade.
Right. Okay.
I quite like that one.
It was good. I've got it on my list. I've got to be honest. I've got more than 5 because I think that there probably will be some crossovers. Yeah. But yeah, Upgrade. That was good. That was all right.
I don't think I enjoyed it so much on a rewatch, but it's still a good, solid film.
Did you see in their sort of up and comings? There's a thing called STEM. It's either something that they did and then Upgrade was born from it, or something that they're doing. And I think it's obviously something to do with. Yeah. With that, there we go. So my number 5 is something that I watched recently. It's The Lords of Salem.
Okay.
It's not great, but I quite liked it. I do like Rob Zombie. And,
I can't say I've seen that one, mate.
Have you not?
No.
Okay. I mean, like I say, it's not great, but it was good. It was a decent watch, first time watch.
Okay. My number 4, mate. I know you're not a huge fan, but these are in my wheelhouse a bit more new. And it's the original Paranormal Activity. It made a buckload of cash. And it probably bankrolled a lot of their shit.
Wasn't that really the only good bit was where someone had got dragged up the stairs or something? Really, the rest of it was just...
But it's the psychological side of it, isn't it? It's that bit. But I love the paranormal side. I'm intrigued by paranormal stuff, not so much you. So it was proper in my wheelhouse.
Okay, there we go. My number 4 is a film called The Town That Dreaded Sundown.
Okay.
And it's like a slasher film.
Yeah.
I quite liked it.
Okay. My number 3, mate, again... Not sure you're a huge fan, but I thought it was a fucking great idea. Stretched out far too much with some shit, but it was the original Purge.
Okay.
I probably liked the first 2 or 3. Then they started getting a little bit silly, but the idea was great.
Yeah, the idea was good. Yeah, you're right. My number 3 is Halloween Kills.
Okay.
I know that you weren't a great fan of that one. I know Ryan wasn't a great fan of that one. But for me... That brutality of that, especially when he was just stabbing people up and beating the shit out of them, I thought it was great. I thought that one was the best one of the 3.
Okay. My number 2, mate, The Invisible Man. There you go at that. That was a freaky little fucker at one point, wasn't it? I still don't think it was perfect.
No, it was
but there
better
was
than I thought it was going to be.
You and me both. I think they had sort of fallen into their little average trap by then, and actually, it was a nice surprise.
It gave me that one of the best sort of jumps that I've had for ages, which was the paint bit.
Yeah, up the stairs.
Yeah, it was good, that, wasn't it? Good. So my number 2 is Get Out. Which I don't know if I like it as much as some people, but it was good. It was good. It was. And it was built up a bit. The problem I've got really is the fact I don't think he's made the film as good as that since.
No.
Didn't really think Us was as good. And no,
I didn't get it. A lot of people seem to rate those higher than Get Out, but I think Get Out's a standout out of those for me.
Yeah, it was good. It was good.
Yeah. My number 1, mate, is Black Klansman.
I mean, I've got Black Klansman.
By a long way, I'd say.
I still want to be called Flip Zimmerman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can call you anything.
I might, you know, when you get older, like when you leave work and that, and like, obviously, if I'm just like, once I left work and there's not many people who really need to call me by my name and all that, I might change my name to Flip Zimmerman.
Okay.
You know, because like, if it's just me and Gill, like, she can start calling me Flip. Be all right. At least, you know what I mean? If at work, you got to change your email and all that, and you know what I mean? But I think I might do it.
I'm trying to remember the name of the Hollywood actor that I love his name of. I'm going to have to try and think of it while we're going, because there's certain... Oh, Desmond Harrington, that's it. I want to be Desmond Harrington.
Dude, I think you'd have to cut your hair if you was a Desmond Harrington.
You think?
I think he's a bit more suave than you look.
Okay.
Yeah. I think I think I can get away with a Flip Zimmerman.
Okay.
So, Black Klansman.
Yeah.
It was good.
Standout, wasn't it?
I mean, I've got some I've got some others on there I thought was all right. Freaky.
Yep.
The Gift.
Yep.
I've got The Gallows as well. I don't know if you've seen The Gallows. They're making The Gallows too. A few of those. Got anything else?
Okay.
Got any
I quite enjoyed Unfriended for what it was.
All right, yeah.
The Black Phone was all right. The Hunt, just for a few scenes in there. I thought there'd not been many films that have put me on the back edge in the first 20 minutes like that one did.
When it got rid of Emma Roberts.
It kept getting rid of the main characters and like shit, which was nice and fresh. I got a Happy Death Day. I don't mind that. Or Sinister.
Right.
I thought they was all right. They are a lot of average films.
Right.
They are king of the average, aren't they? But they have done some good stuff.
Yeah. So there we go. So that's a few. Hopefully they'll come back and do a few more.
They was chucking up Lawless on one of them, and I was like, I'm not convinced about this. That would have been top of the list for me, but
100%. It would have been, yeah. But there's some lists. I mean, there's obviously when they were ages ago.
Yeah.
Doing some bits and bobs. All right then, mate.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Yes, mate.
We saw a film.
We did. We saw a film. It's currently 7.4 out of 10 on IMDb. It's an 18, 3 hours and 9 minutes long. Builds a comedy drama history of synopsis of a tale of outsized ambition and outrageous excess. It traces the rise and fall of multiple characters during an era of unbridled decadence and depravity in early Hollywood. $78 million budget, so far grossing $56 million.
This is directed by Damien Chazelle, starring Brad Pitt, Margot Robbie, Diego Calva, Jean Smart, Jovan Adepo, and Lee Jun Lee.
This was 2022's Babylon.
Better have a good clip from this.
I think what we have here in Hollywood is high art. It's
Party time! Sparkle time! If you could go anywhere in the whole world, where would you go?
I always want to be part of something bigger.
Yes.
Let's go! Something that lasts, that means something.
You know, when I first moved to LA,
I got your face touching a window.
you know what signs on all the doors read? No actors or dogs allowed. I changed that.
Morning!
Good job for you.
I'll do anything.
That's the cocksucker they sent to screw us.
Thinking appropriate.
There's one part of the score, like like the drummy bit, and that goes through. I was hoping that was going to be in the clip, but I like that clip, mate. I like that clip. So well done. So interesting. Losing a bit of money. This one, I haven't really read a great deal of good reviews on it. It's sitting at 56% on Rotten Tomatoes, but 7.4 on IMDb. So seems to be doing better with the crowd rather than the critiques.
Yeah.
So what did you think of 2000 and I'm going to call it 2023 in this country.
Okay.
It's 2023's Babylon.
I learned a lot, mate. I've actually learned what it's like to be ADHD.
Right.
Because that was fucking nuts, wasn't it? Wasn't it? It was just... I mean, let's be honest, it's far too long. There's no question. In my head, it's far too long. But
Do you think...
Huge performances.
I think it is. If you look at it on paper and go, that's too long,
Yeah.
then it's too long. But I didn't find the length, I don't think.
I didn't... If I'm fair... I didn't notice the length too much, but I did think a few times, are we going anywhere? But I did think there was huge performances in it and a visual spectacular, but it was nut. It's just reminded me of being inside an ADHD brain.
Right. I mean, it is quite manic and chaotic.
Manic,
right.
it's like Moulin Rouge, mate.
I mean, I really shouldn't have liked it. I think if this situation, so if I'm at somewhere like that, like a party or somewhere, or if I was down the pub and like there was all this noise and people were acting silly, like those silly things that I'd tagged you in and all that on Facebook, the English pubs where they all get really loud and all that. I tend to try and switch off and go to my happy place. Yeah. So like I would have expected to have done that in this film, but I just didn't. I embraced it. I embraced the chaos. I did. The half hour or so of craziness at the party at the start, but even before the title that came up,
32 minutes before the title card.
Was it?
Yeah.
I mean, it was just fantastic and a great opening. Something that I shouldn't have liked. I did not go to my happy place. I embraced it. And set me up for a good view.
Yeah, I think one thing I always harp on about is dynamics in a film. But this just kept its pace and energy. And I've always wondered what it would be like to have a film that just did that. Because I know you get Moulin Rouge and bits, but you have... it didn't get tiresome for me, if I'm honest. I didn't think at any point, let's slow down a bit.
Right.
Because I think everything they did was... The story of the show was excess, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And that's actually reflected in the film. Everything was in excess. Everything was over the top. I mean, it's just mental.
Important story to tell, though. If you're into film, you should really, because there is a story behind it. It's the story of the transition from silent movies to talkies. And yeah, if you're into film, it should be something that you're interested in. There was that plot. There was that plot behind it.
Yeah, I mean, it's certainly a slightly different approach from The Fabelmans, but it's weird how we've almost got two films as an ode to cinema that are just complete parallels of each other.
They are polar opposites.
Yeah, just crazy. You could not put them too far, but both of them had a nice effect. And actually, this one, I learnt a lot just by watching how they used to film and how they used to do stuff and the silly bits and pieces that went with that. And I'd never even thought of the logistics of adding microphones and sound in.
No.
And when you're seeing them with all this padded room, and like it's even, they've got the microphone set so high they can't even have a camera running, and they've got to put him in a sweatbox and all this shit like that. It's just, it was really educational in the weirdest possible way.
Yeah, I mean, it had a bit of an ode, didn't it, to Singing in the Rain? Yeah. Which the Singing in the Rain, I suppose you've seen, and it's the same sort of. Well, they had the little odes to it, didn't they, with Brad Pitt singing it, and obviously the bit with Margot Robbie and change her accent and things like that. So I quite liked that. It was obviously going to be a character-driven film because there was so many big characters around in those times.
Yeah.
Massive cast.
Yeah.
Massive cast. And we'll just go through a few of them. Margot Robbie.
Amazing.
Wasn't she?
Oh, I did hear there were apparently this was originally, or there was two people put up for it. So it was Emma Stone or Margot Robbie.
Right.
And I loved Margot Robbie, but I can't help but think what it would be like with Emma Stone.
Right.
So I think it sort of almost had her written all over it. I don't think Margot Robbie did a bad job. She was the energy she has and the way she can control a scene.
Yeah.
I can't help but wonder what Emma Stone would have been, because them two really are two powerhouses.
Yeah,
aren't they?
yeah. I mean, I did find the character more annoying as the movie went on, but luckily I didn't let it get to the point where I didn't want to see her on screen.
Yeah.
Loved the points where she was like so good at acting, where she could cry on that scene where she first went into it. But yeah, a troubled soul, and many of those have we seen in film and the entertainment industry over the years. And you could feel sorry for her. You knew what was going to happen as it sort of went on. But yeah, her story through that quick sort of like introduction into entertainment, right through to an early demise, you know. Just from start to finish, it was just fantastic, wasn't it? Brilliant performance.
It was.
Now, opposite her, Brad Pitt.
He's a suave motherfucker, I tell you.
I mean, I imagine that there was numerous amounts of characters like his.
Yeah.
For real.
Yeah, yeah. He's certainly got tropes of a lot of the others, I'd imagine.
Yeah. And the discussion between him and the magazine writer woman was among my favourite scenes.
Yeah.
The realisation that she was saying to him, saying, look, your time's passed, you know what I mean? Don't be sad, it's just happened. And his character was just fantastic though all the way through. And you can see the end to his story coming. But all of his scenes when he was doing them in the silent films, it is a bit sad when they started laughing at him and things like that. But we've all done it, haven't we?
Yeah.
We've all watched careers go downhill.
Yeah. It is brutal world.
It is, yeah. And but yeah, I was just watching the way that in the silent films and that was great.
There was a couple of standout scenes for me with him. It was certainly the one where he was absolutely shit-faced walking up the hill. I couldn't get him up there.
Yeah.
And then it was like action, and he went into this real suave. He absolutely stole the scene, like the true consummate professional he is. It was absolutely fantastic. And there was another scene when he got offered a part, and he was like, "Shit, innit?
Yeah,
this is shit. You need me to dig you out a hole, don't you? Just tell me, and I'll be there."
Yeah.
And I think by then he had actually accepted that he weren't king of the hill anymore.
That's what I mean. That discussion and that they had about his career coming to an end was just great. I just thought that was really good. It was a sad end to his story. I saw it coming. I didn't agree with the decision that the character made.
Right.
I mean, I imagine that if you're in the performing arts, you are addicted to the buzz that you get. Yeah. And when that goes, it doesn't matter how much money and whatever you've got around you, which is really sad, you know.
Well, it must be hard because everyone you soak up, you get that ego. It must be impossible. It's like even these pop stars and that. No one tells you no. Everyone tells you're amazing. You take a pee, you did the best pee ever. You are just the most amazing person. To suddenly no one really wants to know you. And actually, it's not a good life, because have you actually got any real friends? Have you actually got any life?
No.
Is anything real? And then suddenly you're bumped back down to earth.
I suppose you have to be in that and have
be Lewis Capaldi. That's what I say. In a world of all these dicks, be a Lewis Capaldi.
I mean, I would just want to have that money and just go and sit on my own anyway. I would have been quite happy with that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So away from the limelight. But I suppose you've got to be the sort of person who enjoys it.
They crave it, don't they?
And who's done it, yeah.
It's almost, I suppose it's almost like a drug, isn't it? That endorphin rush.
Yeah.
Of you need it. And you need validation, I suppose. You end up basing your whole career on being validated by everyone else.
Yeah, I just wish that he'd gone and enjoyed his life at the end.
He actually seemed a nice geezer, though.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
He didn't come across as a dick character. He was actually quite a nice bloke.
No, that's what I mean. I felt sorry for him in the end. Yeah. Joe Vanadapo as Sidney Palmer was a great character.
Yeah.
I liked him. The score of the film, so like that jazz bluesy score.
I've got such an exciting story about the score, mate.
But I mean, his part, there was that techno-y type main piece which had that real big beat, and it sounded really good through the old Sonos, and it repeated all the way through. But the jazz blues that his band were playing were fantastic, and that was the element of the score of the film, and I just thought it was brilliant, absolutely great.
I got so excited, mate, because that is my kind of music. And I was listening to it, and I said to the missus, that's Leo Pellegrini on sax.
Right.
And she goes, how do you know? I was like, I'm telling you now, it's Leo Pellegrini on sax.
Right.
Couldn't find it anywhere. She was like, wah, wah. Then I went on Google, looked it up. It fucking was, mate.
Was it?
Yeah, have you ever watched on YouTube? There's a fella with weird spiky hair, and he wears lots of like bright suits and stuff, and he plays alto sax at like in New York subway.
Right.
And they do all these videos, and he's just busking, and he flicks around, dances while he's playing and stuff.
Sounds horrendous, yeah, but
he's amazing, but he has got such a distinct sound.
right.
And it's in there, and there's 3 of them, but it amazing driving score.
Right.
Absolutely. But yeah, I was so excited. I was right.
Right.
I couldn't handle being wrong twice in a year. I couldn't let it happen.
So what's the great fact about this?
Well, it was a bloke from YouTube.
Oh, that was it.
Yeah.
Sorry, I thought you
Yeah.
had some interesting information about the score.
Yeah, it is.
Oh,
he's
right.
playing on it.
Oh,
the
right.
auto sax.
Oh, that was okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So Lee Jun Lee, I liked her character.
Yeah.
I liked the you know what I mean, the cold calculated sort of one that got what she wanted, and I thought she was good. I thought she was a good character.
Yeah, in a way though, she wasn't always cold and calculated, was she?
No.
There was certainly a softer side to her when she was away from everyone.
She was like an enigma when she was performing. She was a performer. Yeah. So,
but they had that tender moment, didn't they?
yes, they did.
Which was really nice.
Toby Maguire. I mean, there's a film on his character somewhere in there.
Is, mate, but I can't help but feel it was blown up into something. Like I've seen a lot of gifs around this.
Have you? I forgot he was in it.
Yeah, no, I've seen so many gifs around it, and I was actually really looking forward to it. And I thought he was the most underused character.
Yeah, I mean, he was a side character. He wasn't in it for long, you're right? But there is a movie around his character somewhere in there.
Absolutely. Yeah, but I just can't help but feel there was a bigger part for him in this one.
Yeah, one of my favourite scenes was when he said about the prop money, and when they were sitting there with him, and he told him that it was prop money, not real money. Well, that was quite good.
Shit himself, didn't he?
I didn't take to Manny Torres, though.
Right.
I thought he was okay to start with, but when he went away from being the person who was assisting, that sort of like assistant, you know, you get that sort of person, I suppose, in a... This reminded me of like Triangle Sadness or a Wes Anderson film in some ways. And you get that character, didn't you? You have like those sorts of quirky sort of characters. And I liked him when he was like that, but I disliked him more as he made his way through the ranks. And I couldn't quite get on with him. He was the one character that didn't really appeal to me through the film, which is a bit of a shame because he was quite prominent in it.
Right, I only had one character like that, and it was Eric Roberts.
Right, okay.
Done my fucking head in.
Right.
I just think the bloke's had it, if I'm honest.
When I couldn't... Go on, I had it.
Yeah, he turned up in the Expendables. I could understand that. He in A-list, is he now?
No, there's a lot of people in this, though.
Yeah,
I don't think he was ever A-list build, was he?
I mean, we had the whole snake fighting and stuff like that, which was just absolute carnage. I was glad to see the back of him, if I'm honest, by that point.
That was quite a mad scene, wasn't it?
But actually, I think an underappreciated character was the woman director.
Right.
I thought she was brilliant. I should have written her name down, but totally forgot to. But actually, it was nice seeing a female person in one of these roles that I can imagine to be male dominated.
Yeah.
But the way she reacted to Margot Robbie actually being able to act.
Yeah, because she looked a bit pissed off that she had to do the thing in the first place.
She was just having to deal with all these fucking prima donnas and shit like that, and actually someone who did it, and she came alive. Yeah. And I thought she told a really good story through that.
I mean, it looked authentic, didn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, it's $70 to $80 million. I don't know if that includes wages and all that, because if that includes wages, they ain't made a bad film for that amount of money.
I get a feeling they might have fucked up here, but I get a feeling a lot of people might have signed on for profit.
Right. Okay.
I'll do it for $5 million, but I want 5% of profits.
Maybe.
They might have dropped a bollock, because when you write down the synopsis for what it's going to be, this ode to Hollywood, and it's going to have Brad Pitt, it's going to have Margot Robbie, it's going to have all these people in. It's going to be an absolute masterpiece, a 3-hour long spectacular about Hollywood.
I think it had to be that long though,
to
tell the story, like, because as I think it's an important story, even though it's obviously done in like a mental way. But yeah, you're right. Maybe they did. But it looked good. I thought the buildings, the costumes, the cars.
Cars are beautiful. I'm not normally a car man, but some of them were amazing.
Yeah.
I can kind of imagine Brad Pitt going, yeah, we just use mine.
Yeah,
because he is basically that bloke, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's basically played himself there. He's not quite at the end of his career like they were, but he is that icon.
He is, yeah. Scenes that you like. So the magazine woman with Brad Pitt, I thought was a good scene. The opening party, I thought was good.
Lot of cock.
Huh?
Lot of cock. I did say to the missus, I'm going to pause the booby bush bum game for 5 minutes because I've got a feeling this is...
You just wanted to play the cock game, didn't you?
Well, I just said I've got to pause it because I think this is going to go off. And it was just constant. And I was like, boobies, 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 boobies. I was like, right, let's pause it.
Pipe. We ain't said that word for a while. Pipe. Yeah, it was quite a lot of pipe. You're right. Margot leaving the dinner party with a bang and a vomit. That was great. I could see her getting wound up and obviously doing that. Margot's first acting job was another one of mine. Toby Maguire in the basement. Yeah. That bloke eating the rat, though, that wasn't very nice, was it? But that was, I could see a film around his character just based on that. I thought there was supposed to be like quite a graphic orgy in it, I'd read.
Right.
But I couldn't quite work out if it was supposed to be.
There's lots of that going on in the party scene.
Or the basement bit where they would. But I thought that there was supposed to be quite a graphic scene. And Margot Robbie said that she was surprised that they got away with it.
I know at the party scene there are a few people banging in the background.
Yeah, but do you think it's cut? Do you think there's a bit that we're missing?
No, perhaps. Well, they might have just sliced it down a bit.
It just didn't seem to me to match what she was saying.
Weirdly, though, mate, I didn't think all of that seemed gratuitous.
No, not at all.
It matched the story we was in. It wasn't just placed there. Yeah. It was to show that decadence and that over the top.
It's like a normal party around Tim and Lisa's house for me. So no different. And the random people dying through the film, like getting speared, and the bloke in the box and stuff like that. I thought that was quite funny.
I just like the way that they just accept they're dead.
Yeah. Any more scenes that you the snake that was good?
I mean, it's actually difficult to pick any because just by the time you had chance to digest the scene, you were free behind because so much was happening so quick. I do think my favourite was weirdly the one where they was trying to film the scene with the microphones and the bloke's trying to get out of the box and they get in this high pitch of it and just you could feel the tension and the fact they're all successful but in over their heads now and their world's crumbling around them. But the snake scene was absolutely nuts. When he gets hit by the car, it's just utter. It was just mental. I've got no other word for it. Did we ever find out who was throwing the party? Whose party it was? Because they all turned up at this house and had a party.
Well, no.
And I was like, whose house is that? Because people are coming out the windows. And...
Yeah, I don't think we did. Someone with a lot of cocaine.
Yeah.
So that was mad. At the ending with Margot and Pitt put a sad spin on the fun.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. There's probably many a real life tale of people sort of in the same situation.
Yeah.
I felt like I liked the characters enough for them to have a better ending than they actually got.
I couldn't work out whether she was kosher when she said she'd marry him.
Right.
Because I thought that was going to be a link back to her being able to cry.
Yeah, I honestly believe that she was just saying that she always had the intention of just fucking off. And I think that she was doing it to protect him rather than her. I think she knew that what was going to happen to her and she'd accepted that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought that was quite a tender moment and I thought that was quite sad scenes. But yeah, I mean, I just think it's telling an important story of the history of film. I don't think you can do it in less than 3 hours, 3.5 hours or whatever, if you're going to do it properly. But it's a shame that it's sort of bombed at the box office.
Yeah, I can't help but feel it's a bit like one of them posh old buffets, mate, and all-you-can-eat buffets.
But do you think that people know that it's like this? I didn't think it was going to be this bonkers.
No.
I thought it was going to be a bit slow. Like if you said to me 3 hours, 10 minutes about a story about the film industry going from silent to... I know that the synopsis isn't that. It does say it's the outrageous excess.
Yeah.
But I didn't think that I was going to get this film.
No.
And if I'd known that I was going to, I probably would have been more excited about seeing it.
Yeah,
so
I didn't wilt through it. And normally you think 3 hours, 9 minutes, I'd be thinking there's going to be a thing. But it just kept going. But it is like I say, just this all-you-can-eat buffet, but it's all top quality food, but there's just so much of it. I just wondered sometimes how much people can take.
Yeah, I just don't remember it being sold.
It was
like
exciting.
The film it is. Yeah, I just don't remember
seeing
any trailers or anything that described what I saw. And it's a shame, really, because I think a lot more people would like it.
Yeah. Perhaps it'll do better when it comes to streaming then and word gets out.
Maybe.
Perhaps we'll spread the word. Perhaps down to MovieDrone podcast, we'll see the gross go to like 150 million just through us talking about it.
Yeah, maybe. Have you got any more?
I just wanted to just say that it just must have been a really exciting time to be around and to be part of when you watch it. It sort of, the people there were chancers and it was just passion and luck.
Yeah.
You had some talented people. I mean, it's closed doors now, isn't it? If you want to try and get into something like that, it's all oversubscribed. Even something, mate, like a simple movie podcast is oversubscribed. And some people are not wanted.
Do you think that a lot of these actors sort of filmed at the same time, sort of ever met? Do you reckon Margot and Brad Pitt really ever did anything? Because thinking about their scenes, they weren't really in a massive amount. You know, you get these films where people don't even see the other people.
Yeah.
I can imagine this was like one of these where
I'd love to have seen a storyboard and this filming schedule for this. Honestly, it must have been similar to my uni project. The timeline I've got written out with little dots everywhere, trying to work out what the fuck's going on.
So have you got any scores?
I have, mate. I've got 84.
Have you? Blimey, that's good, isn't it? I mean, I really enjoyed it, but I've got 74 because I'm a bit more of a conservative scorer than you, aren't you? Yeah. So it's probably around about the same when you think about how we score stuff differently. So yeah, I think it's a good score for me. I really enjoyed it.
It's solid. I'll say there's very little I can fault in it.
Okay.
And I think that's got to have a high score. Whether or not I would watch it religiously,
it's a long watch, but I mean, I'm certainly will watch it again at some point.
It's just nutballs, mate.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't watched anything else. No. I'm afraid I have not had time to watch a fuck all else.
I've managed to squeak into The Whale, mate. I'll watch that one.
Right.
Hopefully we'll discuss that over the next few weeks. And I watched some program last night about some kid getting his spine operated on. And they was talking about how delicate operation it was, and they was smashing the shit out of it with chisels and hammers and stuff and bending it round with wires. Horrific.
You've seen when people say they have plastic surgery in that, and then you see liposuction, it's fucking rough, isn't it?
They had chipped all these vertebrae off. They put these big screws in next to his spinal cord, rammed it round with this thing, and then got the bone they had chipped off in a blender, started pasting it all in, but they had to smack the crap out of his bone beforehand to make sure that it would accept the new bone.
Nice.
He was up and walking, mate, with a rucksack after 5 weeks.
Was he? Blimey.
Fuck, I can have a cold longer than that and not want to get out of bed. Poor young lad, but it was amazing.
Good, good. I did watch something while I was on the treadmill today, something about the history of video games. I mean, it's not really interesting to you. I don't think you know what I'm talking about.
Donkey Kong. Paperboy.
It was on there.
I was reminded of a game called Paperboy the other day. Yeah, I used to love that one.
Did you?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So moving on.
Yeah.
So this is the next section. This is the section that we have to call Homework. So there we go. So this is the section where we give each other films that we love and the other one hasn't seen in the hope of uncovering hidden gems. It was me to you this week. So I gave you a 2014 film directed by Alex Garland, starring Domhnall Gleeson, Oscar Isaac, Alicia Vikander, Sonoya Mizuno and Corey Johnson. Running time of 108 minutes. Budget of $15 million, taking $36 million at box office. 7.7 on IMDb, 92% on Rotten Tomatoes. With a synopsis of Caleb Smith, a young programmer, gets a chance to become a part of a strange scientific experiment where he's expected to assess artificial intelligence by interacting with a female robot. I gave you 2014's Ex Machina, if you want to say it how Gill does. Yeah. Ex Machina.
First off, mate, can Americans please stop calling their kids Corey? It's not helpful for me. Very distracting. First thing I want to say, mate, is absolutely stunning sets and design. I thought actually really something special. It was really, really good. I didn't entirely get on with the actress that played Eva. I found her a little bit bland.
Well, Vikander?
Yeah, but I just... maybe exactly what they was going for, because it's that human AI thing. I just found her a bit bland. That was all. Just didn't really get...
Well, it's a robot, yeah.
Yeah, but a bit bland. Very intelligent movie, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was... it knew exactly where it was going and the point it was making, and I thought actually the writing of it is really, really good. They certainly had a good foundation to work from, I think. I loved all the little comments in there about data collect. What year did you say this was?
2014.
Yeah, a little bit before its time, I think, and they're talking about the data collection and how they can say anything. Although they can't say anything because they wouldn't want to implicate themselves.
Yeah, there's some good scenes. I quite like the one where all the power kept going off and she kept saying those funny the remarks and all that about him and stuff. Yeah, it was all good.
Oscar Isaac, he was great.
Yeah.
He was really, really good character, and I thought he nailed it. He was sort of sinister, but had that likeable, manipulative side to him. I'd love to be that clever as well.
Would you like the house? The house was
the house. We'll get onto the house.
Oh, right.
Yeah. But I'd love to be that clever. I wouldn't be fuck-arsing around growing onions with different light bulbs, would I? Be building people.
Well, what do you mean, onions? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, allium species, yeah.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't have a clue what he was talking about. If you just said earlier you're growing onions under a thing.
Can't call it onions, mate.
I would have been well hooked then. I wouldn't have been asleep.
Yeah.
Jeez, I would have been on the edge of my seat.
Full spectrum lighting as well. Hey? No fucking about, mate. I thought there was great little twists and turns where they're all trying to do each other over, and you're not really sure what one will get the upper hand. And you also almost had that freeway thing of could anyone trust anyone? And I quite like that. I really hope Eva can sort herself out a charger, or she's a bit fucked, isn't she? Let's be honest. I don't know.
Well, plug herself in.
Plug it. Yeah, but
just plug herself in.
I think with the key sort of theme that run through it, we had the power and manipulation thing, and it sort of resonates really well at the moment. I actually think I'm better off watching this now than back then, and seeing the power of companies and what they're trying to do. And
well, that's a good film then, isn't it? So it's obviously
it's aged really well.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, if you're saying that it's probably better to watch it now, I
think it was ahead of its time, and I think it's actually more relatable now than possibly when it came out. I don't know. Certainly a bit different than other films of this ilk.
Yeah.
Which was really nice. And I thought it was quite gentle. It was a nice, gentle watch, but really sort of engaging. There's no huge dynamics. I mean, no great moment of destruction or huge peril. Even the murder scene was slow, steady, thoughtful.
Muuuurder.
Yeah, the Muuuurder scene. The ending was a little bit rushed maybe, but it was all done deliberately. There was no flicking around. I mean, it couldn't be total opposite to Babylon. I thought it was quite relaxing. Another film that just says, don't fuck about with this shit, mate. Machines will rise and we don't need that.
I've got a, what's the name of the, is it Skynet?
Yeah.
Thingy? Because we've got a someone at work who's, when they email to us, it's like another company outside. It comes up as Skynet as their email address. Freaks me out every time I see an email from them. Yeah, I think they're taking over.
I like the fact it was, even though it was really intelligent, it's quite a simple film, isn't it? It's not, didn't try and astound us with all this random shit.
Do you think it's a warning? Do you think it's a warning about?
Yeah, well, it all felt very real.
Yeah.
This is a thing, although it's a science fiction thing, they didn't put any little twists on it other than he was just a clever programmer and a very clever designer. And you kind of feel like they are working on shit like this, and please don't. We don't need it.
As long as Elon Musk has done it, then it's just going to be one that dances and falls off the stage and that. You know what I mean? So don't worry about it.
But I did love the lair, mate. I really want a lair, especially one in a mountain.
Yeah.
What a lair.
Would you like the helicopter in and out all the time? You'd probably die in the helicopter.
I wouldn't be going in and out all the time. I would be sitting on a swivel chair going, and keep turning around in front of a big glass thing.
Right.
Looks out on my waterfall.
Right. Having sex with your
self.
I was going to say your robot, but each to their own.
Domhnall Gleeson, he was all right. I'm a bit strange on him. I'm not really. I don't even know where he fits in life.
probably fitted this character.
Yeah, he did very
this
well.
Character, yeah.
But I don't know where he fits in the whole Hollywood glitz and glamour thing.
No, other characters. I think he's probably should be doing films like The Banshees of Inisherin and stuff like that. I think he fitted this one because of that character.
Yeah. No, he did a great job. I just struggled to see what other films I would put him in. But it was really, really captivating, mate. I gave it 84, and then I sat thinking about my score, and I've had to drop it down to 82.
Right.
Because I gave it Babylon 84.
Right.
And I can't help but think Babylon's got the slight edge.
Okay.
But 82.
Good.
Is that all right?
Yeah, why not? It's a good film.
It is a good film.
It's been well received and all that. So I'm not surprised that you sort of got on with it. That's good. Have you got one for me for next week?
Yes, mate. I've got you one. It's currently 6.7 out of 10 on IMDb. It's 2 hours. Billed as a crime drama with a synopsis of Kenny Wells, a prospector desperate for a lucky break, teams up with a similarly eager geologist and sets off on a journey to find gold in the uncharted jungle of Indonesia. Starring Matthew McConaughey, that's how you say it, Edgar Ramirez and Bryce Dallas Howard. $20 million budget, only grossing 15 though, mate. 2016's gold.
What was the name?
Matthew McConaughey.
No, the other Kenny Powers, Kenny Wells.
Yeah.
Kenny Wells. I might change my name to
like
Kenny Wells
one?
rather than Phil Zimmerman. Yeah, rolls off the tongue, doesn't it? But Matthew McConaughey. I'll be discussing him next
gonna be
week.
Loving life.
So I'm going to mention it in every sentence. But okay, mate. Yeah, I'll have a look at that. Should be quite solid.
Yeah.
Cool. So what are we doing for the main next week?
Bling.
Something a little bit less
easy, less hard, less hard to get to and watch.
Well, mate, just see if Gerard Butler's pulled it out.
I've heard
he's turning into Liam
really
Neeson.
positive shit about this.
Have you?
It's weird because I laughed at it because it was on Channel 5 advertising like in all the advertisements, and I was like, that looks the shittest fucking film I've ever seen. I think Emma really likes it. And I said to Ryan, because he really rated it, and I was like, I thought it was going to be shit. And he was just like, oh, it is. It's just great.
Oh, right.
So I'm actually excited about seeing it.
Good. Because I wasn't a greater fan of the old London Has Fallen and all that. I thought the CGI and all that was shit on them. But let's see. Let's see if he's given us a bit of a fun one. I could do with something fun. Yeah. So that's good then, mate. That's good. So where can people contact us on social media? Please reiterate that.
Via Twitter, which is at movie_drone, or via email on moviedronepodcast@hotmail.com.
Cool. So send us in your pancake questions. Better do it quick.
Yeah.
And,
top 5 pancake toppings.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
I might do that one anyway. But come and quit with those. We might do that.
Yeah.
So, so you done?
I'm done, mate.
All right then, mate. Well, hopefully everyone got through that one.
Yeah.
Please go and see Babylon. It's worth a watch. It's worth a watch.
Just for reference, by the time Steve's cut out of the coffin, we're at 1 hour and 24 minutes now. So let's see how long it came out at.
Yeah, it's going to be quite a lot less than that. Yeah. But go. So you done then?
I'm done.
All right then. Do you want to say goodbye then, Mark?
Goodbye then, Mark.
See you later, everybody.
See you later. Have a good week.
Bye.
Bye. Oh, mate, I went out last night, got dressed up, glitz and glam, my tuxedo and everything. I went to the oversized toupee awards. Yeah, there's lots of big wigs there. I got one. I did good.
I think I'm just tired and delirious. Fucking hell. Oh, my God. This better not be hour and 24 minutes, I'll tell you that. You can... Fucking hell. Can't even think.